flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Now flip, flop, and fly. I don't care.
Hi, hey there, everybody. I'm Peter, one of the 5th grade language arts teachers here, and our team has been recently using FlipGrid for some of the assessment tools that it features, but I'm mainly going to showcase some of the things here in the educator login, and Brian will as well. So let's start by clicking up there. Then I'll show you your grids here first. These are like your groups that you're working with. I just usually make like one per class. And then you have your topics. The topics are just the smaller conversation pieces that you want students to reply to. So the most recent one that our team did was this one-pager document. So I'm going to show that. So I'm going to edit this one here. You can adjust your recording time, as you know, from as short as 15 seconds up to 10 minutes. Your prompt will be here, what directions that you want to give them, a little focus picture, any attachments that you want. For us, we included our focus skills and the assignment details that we'd already gone through with students earlier in the week. You can change whether you want students to be able to reply to each other or not. And then most of this stuff I just leave as the defaults. But I wanted to talk to you also about this feedback option here. So the basic feedback option is what it defaults to, and that's just over ideas and performance. So if that's what you want to score students on, then just leave it on basic feedback mode. For this project, I created some custom feedback, and I recommend that you look into that. That's where you are able to build a rubric based on the needs and qualifications of the classroom, as it says. You just click Add Criteria. But let's say you wanted to do speaking skills. This score will be regarding whatever you want to say. Now for 5th grade, we score a lot of times just a score of 1 to 4. I hit Create, and it creates a new category. I already had 3 other ones that I'd already typed up, so I'm going to deselect that one for now. When you make it, I believe it automatically selects that box, but just make sure that you have those selected if those are the criteria that you'd like. And then we update the topic, and we have our information.
Now when I get the blues, I get me a rocking chair.
Now when I'm ready to score students' work, I will do that again in the educator login. So I have already logged in, I've clicked on my topic, and then I have all my responses from the different students. I have selected some students' work to be featured responses because I felt that they were exemplary work that would serve as a good example for other people. I also set my own video, my instructional video, to be a featured work just to make sure students didn't miss the instruction. What this looks like on the student view is the featured videos will be automatically put up top with the yellow star, and then everybody else's videos below. No matter what order they submitted their videos, the featured ones will always be on top. When I'm ready to score a student's work, I'll just click their name, and it'll come up with their video. It'll automatically start playing it. And as they are talking, what I do is I start typing up my comments, my feedback for the student regarding these skills that I said I would be scoring them on. So these are the same skills that I set up in the rubric. If you want to change that rubric, you just click that link there and you can make any changes that you need to. Again, students can earn a 1 through a 4. And so I will type in my comments as I'm listening, and after I type in my comments, all of it automatically saves. So when you finish, if you're looking for a save feature, there is none. It just automatically saves. Students can access these scores in a couple different ways. One is that you just select email, and it will automatically email the student with their scores. Another option is for students to go to this website, my.flipgrid.com. If they go to that site, they're going to see all their different grids that they're a part of, which if they're a part of multiple classes, they'll have a lot of different grids. And then you'll go down to their different videos that they have posted. So So these are all the videos that I've posted on students' work. The one that has feedback on it is the one that was scored. So I'll view that feedback. This was their student's original video will show up here, and then the actual scores will be down below, including the educator comment. If you leave video feedback, then that will be able to be seen there.
Hi, this is Brian, and we're going to continue on with feedback, and this is video feedback. So one of the ways to do it, there are two ways to give video feedback. One is a private teacher to student feedback, and that happens here on this button. Click on it, and you record your video. I've already watched Jackie perform. Jackie, hi, I'm using you as an... And then we, just like the students, go through the process of editing or checking your video and giving a selfie and submitting it back to them. And then once you've created the video, you come back to the main screen here and you want to email the feedback to the student. Now, another way to give feedback, so right now that video I made is only teacher to student. If I would like other students to see the feedback, I can also click on this button and go through the whole process. And this allows then other students to see my feedback to Jackie. Moving forward, we talked about in the last segment 2 options for teachers to give feedback, video feedback. There's a third option for video feedback, but it's student to student feedback. So when you're creating your topic, you need to go to the more options or the advanced options and go down and find student to student replies. If you turn this off, students will not be able to reply to another student. When it is on, they will. Okay, and we talked earlier in this video about moderation. If it's moderated, then no one will be able to see it. Other students will not be able to see it. Only you will. So you want to make sure if you want student to student feedback that video moderation is turned off and student to student replies is turned on. When your students come to your FlipGrid page, it will look like this for them. This is where they record their FlipGrid, but if they want to provide feedback to other students, they just select any one of the grids and then click the reply button. Hi, Olivia. Now in the final screen, before the students submit the video, they have the option to put in a title. They can link their own video to this page here so that they could say, you know, perhaps in their feedback, hey, I really like the way you did this. I did something similar. I think you should watch mine. And then they can provide the link there. It's pretty cool. Their email address is recorded, so there's no anonymity here. Everyone knows who's posting what. And so hopefully that'll encourage your students to submit feedback that is appropriate. The next topic is exporting data and collecting data. I'll often make an assignment to students to go in and reply to other students and give feedback. And rather than having to go through, click on a topic, double check and listen to everyone's, I'm not grading the feedback, but I want to find out who did it. So we go to this button here, the export data. And when we export the data, it sends it as a CVS file. And it'll download it, boom, to your computer. And when you open it up, then you can see and you could sort and organize. And I'll often sort it by date or by subject or by topic so I can see who's done what and who's replied to whom. And that way I can really easily find out the information I need to do an assessment that way. There are a couple of ways to share your students' success on their FlipGrid topics. And the first one you need to be a little bit careful about. This is the share button here. When you select that, it gives you a code that you can send out to perhaps parents or other teachers, administrators. They get complete access to the grid. This is what it's going to look like, exactly like what the students get. They can record feedback, they can see students' feedback, and they can record feedback to the students. The only difference is it does not require an SAES email to access it. So anyone can access this page if they have the link. So that's why I say caution you to be careful about that. The other better way, I think, to share out your students' success, let's say you want to do a parent share, is to tag each video that you want to include in the share with the mixtape button. So if you go and you click on a link and you see this button here, right here, this mixtape, you can create a mixtape topic. And then I've already created one called Best of the Grid. I add it to that. And then what you'll get is this. This is, you can send this link out in the URL code up here, and that will give access to anyone with the link the ability to watch videos, but that's it. They can't comment on videos. They can't create their own videos. They're only allowed to watch them. So I think this is the better choice when you're trying to share out your FlipGrid videos.
I call my baby, tell I'm on my way back home.
We all know students can use FlipGrid to upload videos of themselves talking about whatever it is that we have them talk about. But another cool feature that FlipGrid has is the ability for students to be able to present their work and just pictures of their work so that we can see clearly their work without them, holding it in front of the screen and it's wobbling around and everything. So I'm going to show you briefly how to do that. So students start by just clicking the plus to record. They'll see themselves ready to record, but instead of hitting the record button, they're actually going to start by clicking this little photo sticker button here. And then that's where they can upload a photo that they've taken of their work, and it just places it in front of their screen. That will probably be right in front of their face, which maybe that's preferable. Maybe they want to sit off to the side and then talk about their work. Or maybe they want it to take up the whole screen. If that's the case, you can just enlarge it to be that way, or we can change the background and either black it out or white it out. We then have an undisturbed shot of our work. And another thing that we've been teaching students to do is to use the drawing tool here to select different parts of their work that they are talking about. So as they're recording, they have a certain element highlighted. Perhaps this student wants to start with sharing this, then they hit record. The first part of my project that I want to share is this aha moment. Blah, 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 blah. They keep talking and then they hit pause. Then they're ready to select a new feature. They can either just click and drag this over to a new part of their feature that they want to talk about, or they can draw a new thing, something that they're wanting to focus on next.
Peter and I would like to thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any further questions about FlipGrid, we'll both be available for a live Google Meet chat. Thanks and have a great day.